Hey everyone, so I am back with this one week update of my cheek/dimple piercings. Feel free to check out my first video about them, which was, I believe it was day 1 through day 4. But yeah, so I'm still not wearing any makeup, just because I'm trying to, keep as much as, bacteria and gunk and all that stuff out and away from the piercings as I possibly can. So I'll just get started. So right after I got done filming my previous video about them, I noticed that there was like discoloration around this one, and it just looked like a very light bruise. I don't actually know if it hurt, just because that whole area hurt. I don't really notice it now. So okay, day 5. Oh, and I have notes on my phone, so that's why I'm looking down. But okay, day 5 was the most painful day. I kept waking up throughout the night because this cheek was hurting so bad. It was so swollen. There was absolutely no room on the bar. So I was just icing it and icing it and icing it throughout the day because it was just, it was so painful. I mean, not throughout the day, but throughout the night. I don't know if I bumped it or something when I was sleeping, but it was painful. So I switched to sea salt soaks, which I'll leave the recipe that I use down below. Recipes vary and stuff like that, but that's just the one that I've found that works for me. So I do sea salt soaks twice a day for 5 minutes each. I've just been drinking ice cold water, because obviously, it's cold and all that, so it's really going to soothe the inside, and I noticed that it really does help. So I just keep big water bottles like that in my fridge. Also, just because I drink tons of water a day, so that's helpful. You can also chew on ice if you want. I just personally don't like to chew on ice. But yeah, day 6. This cheek was actually swollen more. It wasn't swollen more than this one, but it was just swollen more in general. Both were very crusty. This one had a lot of lymph leakage, and I mean this one was crusty, but it wasn't leaking. This is a little TMI, but I'm just gonna share it anyway. When I push on the inside, when I push the bar on the inside of my mouth with my tongue to poke it out, lymph will leak out of the hole and leak down my face. It's gross. So yeah, I noticed that on day 6. I'm still icing and taking ibuprofen, and I was uncomfortable this day, just because this one was more swollen than what it had been, and it just hurt. And I mean, it didn't hurt like day 5, but it was sore, and I just couldn't really laugh and all that. It was just kind of uncomfortable, and I was really swollen, and it wasn't cute. I worked out for the first time. I'm very big into fitness and all that recently. But yeah, so I worked out, I ran a mile, and I did some lifts and stuff like that. And I didn't notice any problems with that. Oh, and they get crusty throughout the day, but I'm not gonna leave the crust on, but I'm not gonna clean them every time they get crusty, because that's you don't want to obviously over clean your piercing. So I just take a Q-tip and warm water, and I clean one piercing with one side of the Q-tip, and then I flip the Q-tip over and clean the other side with the new side of the Q-tip. You definitely don't want to cross-contaminate. You don't want to have bacteria from this one on this one or vice versa. That's very unhealthy, and you are definitely going to be more prone to infections. And day 7, which is today, just have a few notes from earlier today. I feel better just overall about both of them. I'm less swollen in general, so it's not painful to smile, or I don't feel uncomfortable or anything like that. And I'm noticing that I'm just getting more and more used to them, where they're just starting to feel like part of my face. They're still crusty. They're still leaking the lymph. I noticed earlier today that this one's leaking it too. When I had my lip first pierced, it did that same thing. It was gross. I'm still sea salt soaking, and it's just all pretty much the same in general. So yeah, I really don't have anything else to add to that. This one's actually a little bit more painful than this one right now. They're not painful, but just sore, I guess. But yeah, I think that's it. Feel free to check out my other video about them and look forward to more. I'll probably just do like monthly now. But yeah, feel free to check out my other piercing videos as well, and I will see you in my next one.